I just got home and I found this big box from Wizkids. GameMasters here, and I need to thank Wizkids right off the bat for sending this my way. Inside are some pretty cool minis that they sent for me to review. Before I open them up and look at the minis individually, I first want to show you what all was sent. There is the the Dungeons & Dragons Icons of the Realms Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse box set. And this one includes 8 pre-painted minis of various NPCs that can be found in the Multiverse, which pairs with the Planescape setting campaign. And these guys are due to release in March of 2024. Has a manufacturer suggested retail price of $59.99 and includes Fel, Morte, Shemeshka, the Planar Philosopher, a Transcendent Order Instinct, Merc-Killer Bloodhound, Mustival, and a Transcendent Order Conduit. And as much as it pains me to open this up, I'm going to do it anyway because, well, this was sent to me to review after all. And I want you guys to see the quality up close. Also in this box was a big brick of booster brick for Planescape. The set itself is 42 miniatures, all pre-painted, and has an MSRP of $159.92 for a brick. And that's 8 boosters, 8 individual boosters, whereas each individual booster retails for $19.99. These are due out in April. And then the other item in this box, the last one, which is also part of Planescape, is this big miniature. And this guy is huge. This is the Whirlwyrm. This one has an MSRP of $49.99 and is also due out in April and is great for any seafaring campaign. And it comes with a huge 75mm base. Now we'll look at the brick and this Whirlwyrm in a future video because right now I want to dive deep into the box set of these 8 minis. Let's check them out. Of course, Planescape itself goes back to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons days and was among the more anticipated books to be released for 5th edition, mainly because it was so popular back in the day. As we look at these minis, I'll do my best to avoid oohing and ahhing. They look really cool, no question there, but I want you guys to rate them down in the comments. Which one has the coolest looking sculpt? Which one has the best paint job? First up, we have Fel. Fel is what is known as a Dabu and runs a tattoo parlor in the Hive area of Sigil. This figure depicts him just as he appears in the book, wearing flowing red robes. Players that run across him can get a tattoo that have magical properties. Morte appears throughout most of the Planescape books as more of a kind of an odd narrator of sorts. He's simply just a floating skull. There are no stats for him, but he'll fuss at you, all in good fun, of course. He also kind of pops up throughout the book to offer up advice of sorts. Shemeshka is an Arcanoloth and is a fairly renowned crime boss in Sigil. She runs a casino and appears in the adventure Turn of Fortune's Wheel. She can teleport, and should she see someone casting a spell, she can counter it with Fel Counterspell. She wears a tiara on her head that she will use to attack with, which can dish out slashing damage as well as necrotic damage. The Planar Philosopher is less of an NPC and is more of a character background, although I suppose it makes sense for an NPC to have the Planar Philosopher background. This background simply states that you seek to understand the nature of the planes, or at least some hidden truth of the multiverse itself. A Transcendent Order Instinct. Okay, and in Sigil are different factions. The Transcendent Order is one of them, and they act without thinking. They simply perform actions. They do. The Instinct have perfected the martial arts attack, and as mentioned, without thought. They can deflect blows and attack with just their fists and feet, causing bludgeoning damage. The Transcendent Order Conduit have been able to tap into the multiverse itself, allowing them to act before their foes. They too can deflect attacks, as well as attack with martial prowess, dishing out bludgeoning damage. And they also have a reaction called Don't Be There, which allows them to move without provoking opportunity attacks. The Merc-Killer Bloodhound wears black armor that has steely claws built into it, and they simply hunt down individuals that are guilty of serious offenses within Sigil. They can mark a target with a magical mark, which in turn allows the Bloodhound to track that individual, even across different planes. Then we have the Mustaval. This little guy is a mouse that is very much skilled at avoiding danger. They make use of a quaint little blade made of bone that can do both slashing damage as well as radiant damage. And I suppose these guys like cheese, although the books don't really specify that. While we check out some more shots of these minis, I want to thank my mini supporters. I cannot thank them enough for their contributions to the channel, and should you wish to join up via Patreon or as a YouTube member, I'll leave a link down in the description. And of course, you'll have my eternal thanks, and I'll add your name to this ever-growing list. My overall impression with this set is that it's pretty cool. We've played in the new Planescape setting quite a bit over the past several months, and to see some of the figures turned into miniatures and, of course, pre-painted, because that's just cool, and I can't paint for a flip because my eyes suck. The price is a little bit up there, and while you get 8 minis here, the Mustaval and Morte himself are pretty tiny, and I almost really want to consider them to be one miniature. Still, for $59.99, let's call it $60, that's what? $7.50 a miniature. I mean, see if you can go grab a Warhammer 40k mini for that, let alone one that's been pre-painted right out of the box. What do you guys think of these minis? Oh, and remember too that I'll be checking out that huge miniature, the Whirlwyrm next, and then we'll open the bricks after that. These videos will be airing soon, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss those. But yeah, tell me your thoughts on these minis down in the comments. Which one did you like the best? Which one had the best paint job? Which one just looked the coolest? Which one are you most wanting in your collection? Again, let me know down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may you may you not have Morte fuss at you too badly.